Hello. A friend of mine gave me a bag full of stuff, and these scrap papers were in it. And I'm so excited because I love getting stuff like that. Oh, and I'll show you, she also gave me all this blue. Look at that. That is a card maker's dream come true. That's really nice. Already cut, and I just put it in with my ATCs. So, and I still even have more room in there, which is wonderful. So, but anyways, I'm coming on so that I can show you when I get pieces like this, how do I deal with them? So, because this is what most people have in their scrap rooms for scraps. And so, and I usually deal with more like this type of thing, or the little blue cards that I showed you. But I love to get pieces like this because these are nice and big, and I can do so many things with them. So let's go ahead and get started on this. I'm going to pull out, let me reach, my big cutter here, because I want to make sure that I can cut these pieces apart. My smaller cutter doesn't work on things this big. So, all right, so first I'm going to pull off these, or cut off, I should say, these binding strips here. And with the binding strips, I like to look at them. I don't just toss them because they've got words on them. So if there are words on there that you can use, that you think you would use, then by all means, look at this and see what's on there. Okay, this, the barcode, I can use as a faux stamp for on my senior cards when we deliver them. So I always cut that off. This stuff I won't use, but the football, then yes, I will definitely use that, especially since we've got this football paper. So we can use this one, we can use this one, and then recollections, I can certainly use that. Recollections is fun. That's just a word that I can put in my word bucket. So, and I have my word bucket here, which I will show you. I'm sure you've seen it many, many times, and I just throw words in here, or verses when I have them. All right, so now this is just leftover. So this, and this is a big enough piece that I can actually stamp something on. So I'll save this one. This one can go in my little strip container. Alrighty, now these are footballs, and I'm thinking of, I want to just fussy cut probably most of these, because that would give me a bunch of ephemera to play around with. So what I'm going to do is, looks like that one. I'll be able to get 1, 2, 3, quite a few. It looks like I'll get a good dozen out of these. So I'm going to play with these last. So I'll just set that aside for now. This one here, let's see, it is cut down short enough so I can use this. And I want to see how wide this is. Put these papers on my lap, that way it's easier to play with. All right, now they're not in my way. All righty, scoot over there, get out of my way. Okay, that's better. Now, I can leave that over here. All right, let's see how wide this is. So it's right here. All right, so this is just about 7 inches wide. Okay, so I'm going to trim this down because I want this to be 6 inches. There, so I have that extra piece. And then I want it by 4 inches. So I can go ahead and trim this off at the 4 inch mark. Because this is the first size that I like to cut and save, are 4 by 6 pieces. Okay, so I've got 2 of those. So those can go in my box. And I have this box. And there you go. It's just a cookie box that I've got masking tape taped around to make it more sturdy. And when I cut off the 4 by 6s, I just stick it right in there. Okay, and that way I will have them to play with. All in the same place. It's easier to use things if you have them all in the same place. All right, then we've got some smaller bits here. So what I'll do is I'll trim this off. And we have this. We have this. Alrighty. And for this, I can go ahead and trim that little piece off. There. So these can all go in the scraps. Move that out of my way. Okay. There. Now, next. Alright, so let's take this one and cut this down at 6 inches. There. So now this is scrappy scrap. And this, because it's 12 inches wide, I believe, yep, I should get 3 cuts out of this if I'm cutting it at 4 by 4, or 4 by 6 rather, because it's 6 inches this way, so now I should be able to get 3 cuts. There's 1 piece, and 2 pieces, and 3 pieces. So there you go. I've got 3 4 by 6s there, okay? Plus I have these little scraps. So let's see what size this is. There. That's about 3.5 by what? By 6. Not too shabby. All right, I'm just going to stick that right with it. All right, and then this can go with the scrappy scraps. There. So now I've got this one, and I can do the same thing. Cut it at 6 inches. There. I need to see how it's doing this. It's kind of leaving these little shredded pieces. That's because my cutter is dull. I need to change it out and or sharpen it. All right. And I will do that as a tip so that way you can see what I mean. All right, so now I cut these at 4 inches and 4 inches and 4 inches. There, so we've got 3 of those. Perfect. Alrighty, now, first thing I'm going to do is try to just turn it around. Because if you turn it around, oops, down here. Alright, if you turn it around, it might work on the other side of the blade. I almost said braid. Yeah, that too, Barbara. Okay, 6 inches. There. Now we'll see if the other side of the blade. Oh, yeah, see? The other side is nice and sharp, so that's good. Alrighty. So now we can cut this into 4-inch pieces. And there we go. Alrighty, and then this we can cut off. There, okay. And then we've got baseballs. And again, I'm going to cut the top off. There. And I'm going to save the words. There. And those are going to go in my word container. And this I can cut. And this I can cut for that word recollections. And there we go. And then these 2 little ones can go in the garbage. This barcode can go in with my postage stamps. And the rest of this can go in with my little strips. Okay. Whoops, did I never finish this one, did I? Well, silly me. All right, so I'm going to fussy cut these out, and that'll make a fun few cards too. All right, now this piece, how wide is this? Looks like it's about 6 inches wide. It's a little bit more than 6 inches, okay? So we'll just trim off the excess, and we've got that nice long skinny strip that can go on the inside of a card. We can cut this at 4 inches and 4 inches. And then we've got another piece, a strip that can go on the inside of a card. Very good. All right, now we've got a bunch of these, which is really nice. All right, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut these at 6 inches. There. And from this one, so these are about just under 3.5 by 6 inches. But that's a nice usable size. Okay, and she does have quite a stack of those, so I'm just going to cut all these like that. All right. So under this way. 6 inches. And there we go. Perfect. Oh, this will be fun. Put this for the 4th of July. Alrighty, 6 inches there. There, and there. Okay. And we've got another piece. So the pieces that I cut most frequently are the 4x6. And then, if they're solid colors, I like to cut them down to trading card size, the ATCs, which is 2.5 by 3.5. If they're decorative paper, then I just leave them in strips so that I can use them. So, and usually, like all of these strips are going to be about the same size because she was doing a project with these, obviously. And so I'm getting a little collection of the pieces that are that wide, which is nice. Okay, so now we're up to some bigger pieces. So let's go ahead and keep doing this. So I need to check this and make sure it's 6 inches wide. Perfect, right there, okay. So there's our 6-inch piece. Now we can cut this into 3 pieces that are 4x6. So 4 inches. That's a really pretty brown. It looks like leather. 4 inches. There we go. We've got 3 of those. Now we can cut this skinny piece off. Trim this. And there we go. Alrighty. Now we've got this one. And how wide is that? That's wider than 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it right at 6 inches. There we go. So we've got a skinny strip there. And then we can cut this into 4-inch widths. There's 4 inches. And here's 4 inches. And I may as well go ahead and cut it right on this line. There, so we've got a full piece there. All right. Same thing here. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, is that pretty. It is so fun to get scraps from somebody else because we all buy such different papers for different reasons. All right, so now let's see. American Crafts. All right, so first I can definitely do this because that can go in with my postage stamps. American Crafts, the color of memories. Awesome pattern on one side, the goods. That's funny. Okay, what's on here? All right, so we've got another barcode I can use. Alrighty. I really like that. American Crafts, the color of memories. That's kind of cute. That would be cute for on the back of a card. All right, and this I'm just going to throw away because I don't need that. All right, so now this one, I need to cut this at 6 inches. There. And 4-inch width. There, perfect. Okay, and then this one. Very good. All right, ooh, we've got this piece. That's very, very dizzy. Wow. Okay. I'm surprised she didn't come up cross-eyed after using this one. Wow, I'll be surprised if I don't turn out cross-eyed because of it. Holy guacamole. That's really, wow. Okay. Dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. But that makes for great backgrounds. And it's not as dizzy if you use it as layering for backgrounds. There we go. Alrighty, so that's good. Next, Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. All right, let's check this and make sure. 6 inches. All righty. And then 4. And 4. And 4. That's really thick paper. That's nice. Okay, then just cut this strip off. Perfect. Alrighty, and then we've got more baseballs. So we may as well make this into backgrounds. 6 inches. That's pretty. Alright, and then 4-inch widths. This is cute. I've got a little bear throwing a baseball stamp image that I could use for this. That'll be fun. It's funny when I look at paper with things like this on it, and I can picture what images I can use. Alrighty, there we go. Alrighty, and this one, look, it's the letter T. Alright, so let's first cut this off. There. And then let's cut this at, actually I want to trim that whole thing to make sure it's all even. Oh, that's going to be too thin, too skinny. Okay, so let me cut this at 6 inches. There, and then I'll trim this outer edge to make sure it's even. There, okay. Now, are there 6 inches left? Yeah, exactly. Very good. So see, this is so sweet when we can, if we have extras like this, to share with each other. As my friend, she used to do card making quite often. We used to do it years ago together, but now she's more into doing her other amazing crafts. She's a jack of all trades. She can just do, you could give her an empty pan or tin can or whatever, and she can make something really cool out of it. I'm telling you. The way her mind works is just puts me in awe. All right, so that's good. So we can put this away now. And I can finish cutting with this. Okay, so we can cut this. But yeah, so she's been making like flowers, and she makes all kinds of hangings that go on the wall. She likes to redo woodwork type of stuff, and she likes to find wood shapes and create all kinds of signs and whatever, and very, very talented. So she used these pieces for what she wanted and then had them left over and knew, as a card maker, this is heavenly. So that was very sweet of her to share. And Donna, if you're watching this, thank you, thank you. Alrighty, there. So now I can look at the stack of what I've got. I've got some skinnier pieces. I've got some wider pieces. Skinny, wider, skinny. Okay, smaller pieces, skinny pieces. Okay, we've got a lot of these 4x6s, which is awesome. We've got wider ones, 4x6. These are really pretty. All right, there. So now all of these are going to go in my 4x6 box, my cooking box right here. There. Right on the floor. So those are all the biggest pieces. And then I've got these ones. That can all just be bundled together. And let me get a clip. Actually, I'll just put an elastic around. There. All right, that can go in my shoebox, and this can too. And these I just do by height to see which one's taller than the other. Alrighty, and then those could go with my scraps too. Alrighty, so these are going to end up going in my smaller scrap box, and this is white and white, so these can go in with my white stuff. Actually, I better put that in here. Okay, there. And then this is really funny. She gave me some of this before, and it's like it's plastic. I don't know where she got it from. It's so weird. It's like a hard plastic, but it sure is pretty. I love buffalo plaid anything, so this is really cool. So, but anyways, she's given me a few of these corners that are like this, and so I like to just go ahead and cut them off as a corner because I can use that on a card. And that's a very nice shape, especially if I have two of them, one for each side. And I actually have 4 of them because she gave me 4. Oops, buffalo plaid, let's cut that off. And there we go. Trying to think, do I have a buffalo? I don't know if I have one or not. I might. I don't know if I do or not. I will have to look in my stamps and see if I've actually got a buffalo or not. I don't know if I do. That's funny. I don't remember. I don't think I have one, but I might. You never know. I'll look. All right, so these are a little bit bigger pieces that I can play with. And buffalo. The word buffalo, I can put that in there and with my words. And if I don't, I can send it to somebody else. Maybe they have a buffalo. You never know. Or maybe I can find an image somewhere that says number 1. That would be kind of cute to put on a card. Number 1 for somebody's birthday. You're number 1. Okay, there's another number 1. And there's yeah, but this is too thick for a stamp, so I better not do that. Number 1 can go in there. Plaid. Made in America, white buffalo plaid. All right, so that's a nice, pretty little trim. Pretty little trim. Okay, these can go in here, and these can go in the garbage too. I know, can you believe it? I'm gonna throw it away. Alrighty, so there. I got through that pile. The only thing I have left now to do is fussy cut this and this out. So that'll be fun. So what I'll do is, I think I'll just go ahead and cut out a couple of them so you can see what I'm talking about, just in case you're new and don't know what fussy cutting is all about. Fussy cutting is all about cutting out these images. So I'm going to go ahead and come on in here. And I'm holding my right hand still that I'm holding the scissors with, and I'm moving the paper with my left hand. There you go. That's what's called fussy cutting your images out. Isn't that neat? And I like to do half and partial images too, because I can always put them next to a word or a verse or the edge of a card. So if I'm like, for instance, trying to frame something on the card, then these can go all around it, just bits and pieces, instead of cutting the big ones in different shapes. Then I can use these bits and pieces of them. And I won't do all of them, that's for sure, but I will do a few of them. Some of them, like this piece here, I could cut that into a strip and just put that whole strip as is on a card, so there's no sense in fussy cutting that out. There we go. And one more here, or maybe I'll just go ahead and do both. As a matter of fact, I know I've got a that bear image throwing the ball. But I also, now I'm thinking I also have a verse that can go with this too. I don't remember what it says, but it's something about playing ball. So, and those are in my Word file. So I have to, not Word Online, but my Word images, my Word stamps that are filed away. All right, so there you go. Those are some fussy cut images. Pretty nifty, huh? And just from that one string or one slip that I had there, we've got one whole image. So 2 whole images and 4 partial. This one's almost done. The other thing you can do is you can use this piece to finish up a little piece if there's a piece missing. So I could actually put this right on here, just for that little bit of extra if I wanted to do that. Alrighty, so there you go. I have cut my pieces. The main sizes I use are 4 by 6, and I've cut them down to that size. And then the other sizes are these ones, because the rest of it's just strips of it. And so I'm gonna use those on cards. Alrighty. So I hope you enjoyed this process with me. And if you like this type of processing video and how I'm doing different things, then please give me those thumbs up so I know you're interested in this type of video. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.